I've been drawing up the slimline coffee table, and what I would like to do now is move to make some legs. What I'm going to do is come up to get a new file going. I'll save that file, and I want to save it in the same folder. So I've already located a folder called Slimline Coffee Table. This one's just going to be called leg. We're going to use the leg 4 times, but we're only going to model it once. I'm going to get the sketch. I'm going to start the sketch on the floor, so on this plane here. The material that we're going to use is 44 by 44, but I'm going to have my final size as 40 by 40, so that's our machine size. The overall cabinet size is 125 millimeters. I want the height of the ground to be 525 millimeters, so I'll take that back to my sketch and go finish sketch and extrude this 40 by 40 up to 400 millimeters. So it's just about time to kind of refamiliarize ourselves with the controls. If I click the shift button and click the roller key down, I can rotate. That saves us going up here and clicking the view cube. The roller is very handy. We can zoom in and out, and we can pan back and forward. Some of you are starting this task on the legs, so just familiarize yourself with that panning tool. The next thing we're going to do is the taper. So the taper of the leg, I'm going to draw on any side of the leg. Create a sketch, and then I'm going to go from the bottom, creating a line. So this one's going to go halfway because we want the taper to be 20 mm at the bottom, and click somewhere along here. Just don't hit the middle because you can see it creates that kind of constraint, or the top. It creates the constraint, but just anywhere in between those two. When I click the bottom, it auto constrain this one. So if I put a dimension on from here to here, it'll give me an error because it's always going to be in the center of that position. If I went and moved that 40 by 40 to 44 by 44, this would automatically change to 22. This side here I'm going to do from the top down, and I'm going to make it 70. 70 is the size of our rail, so that makes it easy. I'm going to finish the sketch, and I'm going to use the extrude tool to extrude that taper the whole way around. So if this was a piece of wood, this is exactly how we'd make the taper for the leg. The next thing we're going to do is we're not going to draw on this surface. It's important not to, because if we draw on this surface, it's going to taper up at the angle that it is. It's actually the opposite to if you're using the bandsaw. So this one here, we're going to draw our taper on this back side of the leg. And we'll go to sketch, click the surface. It doesn't matter which way you taper, but we're going to do exactly the same as what we did before. So either to there or to there. I don't need this dimension down the bottom because it's got the little triangle there, but this one here we need to do the 70. Finish sketch, extrude, click that surface and pull that extrusion through. So I've got my tapered leg, you can see it on both sides. Now we're going to do the dowel holes where we'll dowel bore the component. As I rotate my work, you can see there's the two short edges, which is a 70 by 40 rectangle. So those two there. That's where I guess the legs will join on there and there. Have a look at the orientation of the leg. So you want the nice straight leg to be on the outside. So we want the dowel holes to be on this side. I'm going to click the surface. I'm going to create a sketch. Now, I'm going to use a rectangle tool to kind of just block in where the rail will sit. So we're going to use a 70 by 19 rail. So if I type in 19, it's already 70 on the other one. So you can see I didn't put that measurement in, so that'll be a floating kind of construction line. But I can grab the corner and lock it to that point there, just by clicking and dragging. I'm going to leave my construction line on, and I'm going to go from the center down of my 70 by 19. I'm going to do the same across the center there. It makes it really minimal with the dimensions. Then zoom in a bit so you get the right line. You might have noticed I just turned off the construction line after I selected the circle. The Dow boring machine drills 10mm holes. So that's our first one. It will be right in the middle of that rail. These two will need some dimensions. So and the dimension tool, my mouse is a little bit slow, so what I normally do here is go 70 divided by 4. Let's get rid of the millimeters though. And that will automatically do the maths for you, which is sometimes easier. If you want to duplicate that, you can have that highlighted and click up here and press enter. Now if I change this one would fix or change with the two. So that's my layout for this for the Dows. Okay, finish sketch, extrude. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure how far we extrude for these, so we'll just do it a logical 20mm. And that's the Dow holes in one side. And do the same to the other side, so rotate. This one here is going to be on this side, closer to the outside of the leg. Click the rectangle, click the sketch, rectangle, construction line. Remember this one's 70 by 19. I'm pressing tab in between to tab between the dimensions. Line, straight down the center, and zoom in a little bit, straight across the center. Circle, turn the construction line off. 10. Block in my other two. And from doing the other one, I missed that dimension. From doing the other two, I know that this one here is 17.5. I'm going to go to extrude and -20. Let's rotate, check it's cutting the right direction. So that's a leg. If we would like to do it as a 42 by 19 here, we can get rid of a hole and move that leg up. Sorry, the taper up. But that's one leg. Make sure you save it. Saved as a leg. Comes up into your section here. The next thing we're going to draw is a rail. So I've got a new document. I'm going to save it as rail. Call it long rail. We're going to get a sketch. Think about which plane the long rail would go on. So I'm going to click this one. We're using 70 by 19. Finish sketch. We're going to extrude this. So we need our cabinet to be 600, and we're going to minus 40 off each side, so minus 80. We're going to click the N, and we're going to do exactly the same as what we did last time for the leg. So we're going to do these Dow holes. We'll do a construction line down the center, and across, circle, 10, and circle again, and last circle. We'll put out 17.5. and then we will extrude. So finish sketch, extrude, and we'll extrude at -20. So there's our dowel holes on that side. A trick to putting the dowel holes on the other side, we're going to use the construction plane, and we're going to use a mid plane. We're going to click the surface there, and we're going to rotate on the surface here. Now we're going to go to mirror. So under create, there's a feature called mirror. It's going to ask you what you want to mirror. So we want to mirror a feature. Our feature is here, and the mirror plane is here. Click OK, and we have got the dowel holes in each side. I'm going to press save to that. Now I'm going to come down to this first extrusion. Double click it. Now we want this one to be our short rail. So we're going to go 400 minus 80. That does the maths for us. We're going to come up here and go save as. And we're going to call this one short rail. Nice shortcut to get both pieces done. I'm going to turn off the construction constraint here. That's going to get frustrating otherwise, and save again. I'm going to open my long rail up, and I'm going to do the same and save again. So you can see I've got the leg, I've got the long rail, and I've got a short rail. That's all the components that we need to assemble the work together. Next video will show the assembly process.